What's going on, guys? It's your boy Byron, aka DJ Confidential, here for episode 2 of Trucker Food Reviews. I'm out here in Sandy, Utah, which is not too far. I'd say about 30-40 minutes from Salt Lake City, Utah, out here on the West Coast. And I had the pleasure of, for the second time in my trucking career, experience a little place called MULAN Chinese restaurant. Located on State Street in Sandy, Utah. One of the best Chinese establishments on the West Coast. The reason I say that is because I'm from the East Coast. So people that know Chinese food know that the further west that you go, the more interesting the flavor becomes. Usually becomes a little more bland. It usually becomes a little less flavorful. Usually has a little less seasoning. I don't know why that is, but it's very true. If you go up into Washington State, you go into other places in Utah, you go down into California, Chinese food takes on a whole different taste, a whole different flavor, and it's really just honestly not as good as the East Coast. Like I said, this is my second time frequenting them, MULAN Chinese restaurant. And each time that I go there, I am thoroughly impressed with their food. It's a very clean environment. It's a very family-friendly location. They are one of one location. This is only one location. It's not all that large, but when I tell you it is worth the trip, if you're ever out here in Salt Lake City or you're ever out here in Sandy, Utah, you catch yourself out here on business or whatever the case may be, even if you're seeing this episode and you're from Utah and you've never been to MULAN Chinese restaurant, you need to make your way out there. Not only is the food good, everything, all the ingredients are fresh, the prices are amazing. That's one thing, and that's another thing that if you have not traveled to the West Coast, that's one thing that you will notice, that the prices for some of the same stuff that you might get on the East Coast are almost twice as much as they would be on the East Coast. Something as simple as some sesame chicken, or something as simple as maybe some shrimp lo mein. On the East Coast, it might be $5, $5 and a quarter, $5.95 or something like that. And you get out here on the West Coast, and you might get charged $8 or $9 for some of these things. I mean, you're looking at large entrees, no more than $10 out here. $7.95, $5.25. Some of the larger entrees, okay, yeah, you get up into the larger entrees, $10, but well worth the wait. They do Szechuan, they do Hunan, they do Chinese, they do Cantonese. They're very diverse. Like I said, the staff is very friendly to you. If you're going to dine in or you're going to eat there at the restaurant, you just go up, you order your food at the counter. If you're getting a drink, they'll hand you your cup. You go get your drink, you go sit down. At that point, they take care of the rest. They bring you utensil, they bring you your food, they bring you any type of extra condiments that you might need. Very, family oriented and very friendly. 2 or 3 employees at a time in the building, not a huge staff. They really make this work. So again, if you happen to be in the Sandy, Utah area, you happen to be in the Salt Lake City, Utah area, whether you live there, whether you're traveling there for business, I definitely recommend MULAN Chinese restaurant. Some of the best Chinese food on the West Coast, hands down. And when I asked the proprietor and brought up the fact that their food is very reminiscent of Chinese food from the East Coast, first thing she tells me, oh no, it's because we're from the East Coast. I knew that there was a reason that this food was so excellent. If you happen to be in the area, go check them out. I completely stand behind them. Their service, their quality of food, the cleanliness in their establishment. Definitely go check them out. It's your boy Byron, aka DJ Confidential, and this has been your second episode to Trucker Food Reviews.